Today we wrap up week number 9 of the college football season. I think the overwhelming theme here is whether or not teams that are coming off heartbreaking losses a week ago, teams such as Wisconsin, which lost on that Hail Mary pass to Michigan State at game's close, Oklahoma, previously undefeated, getting upset by unheralded Texas Tech in Norman, or Notre Dame, upset by Southern Cal in South Bend. Can teams like that rebound and get back on the winning track today? Hi everyone, Al DeMarco here, and this is going to be your Saturday video report. I've got my thoughts and opinions on those games, plus your big Pac-12 showdown between Stanford and USC, plus 3 big free selections as well, all backed by in-depth analysis. They are all coming up in just a moment, plus money-saving discount coupon code that'll save you 20% off your total purchase today, 20% off your total purchase, and all the details on how you can take a shot at winning $300 of my money playing fantasy football in the pros this weekend. Before I go any further, though, first let me talk about 2 very, very hot handicappers. Anthony Redd, today, his largest college football release of the season. His 100-dime college winner, number 8 out of 10. It's his Pac-12 game of the year, Arizona and Washington. His last 100-dime play, also a winner, was Utah State's cover against BYU back on September 30th. He's won 4 of his last 5 college football 100-dime releases, dating back to Stanford's pounding of Virginia Tech 40-12 and last year's Orange Bowl. 100-dime college winner, number 8 out of 10. Not only that, though, here's the more impressive thing in regard to Anthony Redd. It's winning day number 9 out of 11, as he's on an 11-3-1 run, which has earned a $10 better $5,025 in 10 days. And tonight's play is 3.5 times stronger than last night's 30-dime winner on BYU. It is twice as strong as his Tuesday and Wednesday winners in college on Troy and Pitt, and it's even bigger than a 75-dime winner on the Jacksonville Jaguars outright over Baltimore as a big home dog on Monday night. 100-dime college winner, number 8 out of 10. Now, if you think that sounds impressive, guys, how about this from Scott Delaney? His biggest release of the college football season, and he's 1-0 with 60-dime plays, 2-0 with 80-dime plays. Today, maxing out 100-dime release in college football. But overall, this is his 100-dime winner, number 16 out of 19. It's his Saturday night bailout game of the year. He says his side rolls by at least 3 touchdowns, 16 out of 19. Now, Scott got on this incredible run with 100-dime plays back in the end of the college basketball season, right through the beginning part of March and the college basketball tournament. Then he continued that run in the middle of the baseball season, and now he's doing it in college football. First 100-dime play of the college football season. Saturday night bailout game of the year. 100-dime winner, number 16 out of 19. And if you thought A-Red's profit was impressive, listen, Scott, over the last 7 months, $10 bettors in all sports combined over the past 7 months have won $9,885. So he's putting a considerable amount of that bankroll on the line today with his 100-dime winner, number 16 out of 19. As for me, I got to tell you guys, was that a backdoor of all backdoors last night? And you know, I don't whine about losses. I don't celebrate the wins. I don't lament the losses. But I'm watching the TCU-BYU game, and I see the BYU quarterback get sacked on a 3rd down play, forcing 4th down and long, and I'm thinking, well, that's it. Game over. Next thing I knew, on 4th down, BYU's going for it. Pass interference is called. Another pass interference is called. Later, moving the ball down to the 2, BYU goes in for the backdoor cover. But I got to be honest with you. You know, I just had a small little 5-dime play on BYU last night. There were guys like Anthony Redd, Chris Jordan, who hit his 2nd biggest play of the season, 600-star play on BYU. Guys like Jeff Benton, I think Matt Rivers, maybe even Trace Adams, they all had BYU. In fact, just about everybody in the company had BYU except me. So for the greater good, I got to be honest with you, I am glad that I took the loss, because that means more of you probably got the win last night on the Cougars, since TCU did not get the job done. As for me today, though, as you know, 99% of my plays are rated between 5 and 15 dimes. And so far this season, with 15 dime or higher releases, college and pro combined, we're starting back to the beginning of the preseason in August. I've won 20 out of 30. Today, 15 dime Road Warrior Game of the Year. This roadie covers by 10 or more 10 or more. And, 19-9 run with these 15 dime plays alone. Included among them, Southern Miss over SMU last Saturday, Pittsburgh over UConn on Wednesday night. 2 Thursdays ago, Arizona 48-12 over UCLA. 2 Mondays ago, the Jets 24-6 over Miami. This is number 5 in a row, and that's my best bet for today. Let me give you a money-saving discount coupon code and a little understanding about it. First of all, it is a 20% discount, okay? Mask 20. Mask, like Halloween mask. M-A-S-K 20. Mask 20. M-A-S-K and the number 20. No space between the word or the number. You enter that when prompted in your shopping cart, guys, and you will save 20% off your total purchase. But this is different than the $15 off coupon I gave you yesterday. Yes, it's a one-time usage coupon as well. However, you want to put everything in your shopping cart at one time, and you can mix and match because you're going to get 20% off your total purchase. So, if you want Anthony Redd's play tonight, I think it's $99. You want to save over $19 on it? Great. Put it in your shopping cart. You want to go ahead and make a commitment to Chris Jordan, who over the past 5.5 years has won a dollar player a little over $28,000, and you want to buy a 1-month package, for example. Put that in there, and you'll save close to $75 on his 1-month discount. Whatever you want to buy, Insider Money Moves, a handicapper's individual plays, a package play of another handicapper, put it all in your shopping cart at one time, and then apply that coupon code MASK20. You'll get a 20% discount off the total purchase price. So again, you can't come in and buy Scott Delaney now and decide to go and pick up Anthony Redd's play later in the day and get the 20% discount. Put everything in. If you're buying packages, guys, this could save you hundreds and hundreds of dollars easily. So check it out. I mean, on some of these guys that have like year-long packages, do you realize you could save $300 to $400 for their plays? Which in essence, for a year, you're going to get their plays for under $4 a day? That's the type of savings it offers you. Once again, MASK20 is the money-saving discount coupon code. Hey, FYI, if you didn't check it out, I've mentioned it many times during the football season, but now pretty much at every single site that you are watching me on today, you can catch the countdown to kickoff pre-game show for all of your Sunday NFL action, where I am joined by Steve Budin, the CEO of the company, as we break down all of your NFL games from a point spread perspective. That's on the site. You can see the ad over on the left rail at the top of the homepage. Let me first get to a free play here. Hawaii is well, let's not start with Hawaii. Let's go with one of my favorites. Last Saturday, I went with Southern Mississippi as my best bet on the board. And you know me, guys, I'm one of these people that believes that you concentrate the most where the odds makers concentrate the least. That's where you find your bargains and your exceptional values at this point of the season. Because, listen, the lines are only soft the first couple of weeks of the year. At this point, week number 9, you've got sharp lines. And the marquee games, they are always the sharpest ones. And we'll talk about one of them in USC Stanford in just a moment. But, last Saturday, big college board, I thought Southern Mississippi was the best bet on the board, laying 3 at home against SMU, and Southern Miss won that game 27-3. It was a 15-dime best bet for me. Well, today I say go against Southern Mississippi as the Golden Eagles find themselves in Texas, El Paso to take on the Miners. The Miners beat up Colorado State last week at home 31-17. The week prior, they went to Tulane, won that game 44-7. May not sound impressive because of the quality of competition, but remember this, that Houston team I just won with on Thursday night when they scored 73 points, they gave Houston a run for their money at home in the Sun Bowl, 49-42 loss about 3 weeks ago. They've covered 6 straight games. They are 9-4 ATS as a home dog during Mike Price's tenure. They are 4-0 ATS as a home conference dog the past 2 years with 3 outright winners. And by the way, the home dog has covered in 15 of UTEP's last 17 conference games, 15 out of 17. Yes, Southern Mississippi has won 5 straight games by an average score of 44-18. They've averaged 509 yards of total offense in this game, but I like the way UTEP has become more diversified offensively, a very deep, talented group of running backs that have run for 266 yards minimum in the last 3 games. I think it's a 3 or 4 point game, so grab the points with the Miners. That game kicks off at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. I want to take a look at the Arizona-Washington game. You know, I used Arizona, as I told you, as a 15-dime 1 or 2 Thursdays ago. First game with Tim Kish as the interim head coach, the former defensive coordinator, hired to replace or fill in for the fired Mike Stoops back on October 10th. Well, they played loose, they played fast, they played with confidence, and they hammered UCLA 48-12. They've had the extra bonus of 2 extra days of prep time. Nick Foles in that contest, 291 yards, 3 touchdowns. 573 yards total for Arizona in that contest as they got their ground game going for the first time. And the Arizona defense, you know, held UCLA to 323 yards, which was 156 less than the Bruins had been averaging coming into the contest. Now, Washington is one of those teams that fits into that heartbreak situation and scenario I talked about earlier in this report. Now, no one thought Washington would go ahead and beat Stanford last week, but did anyone think that the Huskies were going to get crushed by the Cardinals 65-21 as Stanford ran for 446 yards in this game? I think Arizona is to play here, plus the 4.5 points. I say they win this damn game outright. Next game, let's go to Hawaii, playing at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. You know, the Rainbows, I think, or the Warriors, however you want to call them here, I think they're underpriced at -7. And the reason they're only 7 instead of laying 10 to 11 points here is because in their last 2 trips to the mainland, they got hammered at UNLV and they got upset at San Jose State. But look at the statistics here for these 2 teams. You've got a Hawaii team that comes in here with the 8th ranked passing attack in the country, the 25th ranked total offense in the country. On the other side of the ball, on the line of scrimmage, you've got an Idaho team that its pass defense, 120 Division 1A schools, guys, they're ranked 107th. And their offense, ranked 114th. Hawaii defense, FYI, 46th in the country. I know that's on paper, but that's still impressive when you consider the WAC. Idaho has failed to cover 9 consecutive conference games in the Kibbe Dome, my favorite stadium, the Kibbe Dome, and Hawaii's on a 6-1 ATS run in the series, so I will go with the Rainbows here. My opinions on the top games on the board in a minute. Remember, $300 of my money at stake. Free entry into the free contest at DraftStreet.com for Fantasy League NFL action this weekend. All you do is go to DraftStreet.com, enter my last name, DeMarco. It's $300 of my money on the table. Top 7 finish in the money. You've got a $100,000 mythical bankroll. You pick 2 quarterbacks, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a tight end, etc. You've got till 1 o'clock Eastern Time on Sunday to finalize your roster, but start early. It's only going to take a few minutes anyway. $300 of my money. If you enter it before, enter it again. Guys, try to win it. You'll be competing against me and thousands of others. Once again, that's over at DraftStreet.com. $300 free contest. Use my last name, DeMarco, to enter it. You've got a Michigan State team. Last week, we know, Hail Mary pass, beat Wisconsin. Can Michigan State, after beating Michigan and beating Wisconsin in that dramatic fashion, make it a trifecta with the win at Nebraska today? Cornhuskers a -4-point favorite. I think you have to play Nebraska here. I know Nebraska's only covered twice in its last 10 games in Lincoln, but I'm a little concerned that, Michigan State fell behind 14-0 to Wisconsin playing at home. They allowed Wisconsin to run for 220 yards in that game, and they allowed Wisconsin to come back and almost force overtime with a fourth-quarter rally. So I'll take Nebraska. Notre Dame blows the game last week against Southern Cal. Perfect opponent to get healthy for, and Brian Kelly is going to take it out on Navy today, laying the 22 or 21.5 points. Navy has lost 5 consecutive games. They've got injuries at quarterback. This 3:30 Eastern Time kickoff finds Navy in that 5-game losing streak 3 times. The midshipmen have allowed 34 or more points. I think Notre Dame runs up the score. Can Oklahoma rebound after losing its unbeaten status a week ago? 13.5-point favorite at Kansas State. Kansas State, of course, rolling over Kansas and Lawrence last week. This is too big of a number in this 3:30 Eastern Time kickoff for a Kansas State team that is 7-0 straight up with 6 consecutive point spread wins, 4 consecutive outright wins as an underdog. They won't win it today, but I think this is a 7 or 8-point game, so I go with K-State plus the points. Can Wisconsin rebound at Ohio State? I think so, because listen, if the Badgers had won that game last week or at least forced the overtime, I think they would be laying 10.5 to 11 points here against Ohio State and Columbus. Instead, they're only laying 7.5. Ohio State, have they shown that they can score on anybody? Do they have a quarterback that can throw the ball? I also like the Badgers, A, because they can run, and B, they've got a veteran quarterback in Russell Wilson, and that's when you need in these type of situations. Finally, Stanford and USC. It's a nice number. 7.5. It's a fair price. I think Stanford is the play. But if this isn't a game that's begging you to tease it, I don't know what is. Why not take Stanford down to 1.5? Hook Stanford up with Hawaii. Just say Hawaii has to win by 1 at Idaho. I think that can happen. Don't feel confident with Hawaii? How about taking Florida plus 10 points against Georgia in Jacksonville? Or how about this one? Oklahoma State's going to beat Baylor today. Can they beat them by 14.5 points? I don't know, but I think they can beat them by 8.5 points. You could hook them up with Texas A&M minus 4 at home against Ole Miss. I think these are all possibilities. I think probably my favorite would be Stanford, Oklahoma State, Stanford, Hawaii, maybe Stanford, Florida, and those teaser combinations. Well, that's it, guys. Once again, MASK20 is your money-saving discount coupon code. Save 20% off your total purchase today. Take it easy. Good luck, and I'll catch you again on Sunday morning.